Before we begin Unit 22, here is the answer to the Unit 21 question. The best answer is choice A.
Toxicology refers to the study of harmful chemicals and their effects on living systems. Probability determines risk and is the term used to describe the statistical chance that something will happen. The evaluation of factors before acceptable levels can be established for substances or activities that pose a threat is called a risk assessment. Risk management is the process of using the information obtained in a risk assessment to arrive at what may be considered to be acceptable risk. Unit 22, Fitting In.
It's ironic that people sometimes fail to see the connection between physical fitness and global sustainability. This may be a case of failing to see the forest through the trees.
Sustainability is the ability to maintain something at a certain rate or level, and one of the major goals of physical education is to teach individuals how to achieve and maintain acceptable fitness levels.
However, the importance of physical education in the development of a truly sustainable society certainly extends far beyond basic definitions.
Physique fitness, the study of converting food into mechanical output, ergonomics, the study of one's efficiency in the work environment, and kinesiology, the study of biomechanical and physiological mechanisms of movement, are all involved in how the human body interacts with or fits into its environment.
Physical education in our schools encourages psychomotor learning and promotes the sustainability of human health and wellness.
This is where the sustainability of our species actually begins, not on a global or even societal scale, but rather one individual at a time.
Athletes strive to develop traits and characteristics that improve mechanical performance of the human system. This quality is often referred to as one's fitness level.
Although not every student strives to be a top-performing athlete, each should be allowed the opportunity to benefit from a solid foundation in physical education that outlines a roadmap for increasing human performance.
Physical education teachers are able to assist students to understand nutritional requirements, control and properly manage their body image concerns, and introduce appropriate exercise routines.
So what does all of this have to do with our society and global sustainability?
If you recall from our discussions pertaining to a nation's food security, the healthier the people, the wealthier and stronger the country.
There are certainly many factors that contribute to national and global security, but it's hard to argue that it doesn't all start with the individual.
Our ability to see the person through the crowd is as important as seeing the tree through the forest.
Just because you're not a physical education teacher doesn't mean you're off the hook when it comes to promoting physical fitness.
Regardless of your subject discipline, the grade level you teach, or whoever you are for that matter, physical performance to some degree has to be a factor in your life and worthy of consideration as a component in your educational efforts.
Our level of fitness is something that can be controlled and a topic that can be incorporated into any educational curriculum.
Whether we like it or not, our physical ability has a significant impact on our lives.
We had the privilege of watching Garrett, a physically challenged high school freshman, progress to the point that he could walk on his own.
Garrett's story is certainly an inspiration, but if you ask him, he will tell you about the many teachers that influenced his life and provided him with the information he needed to overcome his physical limitations.
Referring to his teachers, he said, "They encouraged me to learn as much as I could about my physical being, and having that knowledge changed my life's potential."
Remember that although your curriculum has boundaries, your influence as a teacher has none.
Regardless of fitness level, a body's ability to conform to its physical environment is a determining factor in overall health and well-being.
Born in 1682, the Italian physician Bernardino Ramazzini is often considered the father of occupational medicine.
He visited workplaces and observed employee activities, and was the first to make a systematic and scientific correlation between illness and occupation.
From his initial work, fields known as industrial hygiene, ergonomics, and occupational health and safety emerged.
When diagnosing his patients, Ramazzini would ask, "Of what occupation are you?"
Today, physicians often follow these words of wisdom.
Occupational illnesses include common ailments such as sprains, strains, and tears, overexertion, bruises, cuts, and lacerations, fractures, back pain, and burns.
Occupational health specialists, such as industrial hygienists, examine the workplace and look for ways to better improve how the body interacts with its physical environment in order to reduce or eliminate these issues.
Today's industrial leaders certainly understand the importance of proper ergonomics, the study of human efficiency in the environment.
They realize that the healthier employees are, the better will be the organization's bottom line. An injured employee not only results in an inefficient work setting, it also costs the company money. A relevant question for today's educators is, how can I help prevent occupational injury and illness?
In the most general terms, if the body is not in the proper positioning for the activity being performed, injury or illness is likely to occur.
Unless you teach mathematics, science, physical education, or a related discipline, you may find it difficult to directly incorporate ergonomics into your curricula. However, you will certainly find many other opportunities to educate your students as to the importance of a well-designed working environment.
You already do this whenever you ensure that the lighting is adequate, you adjust the thermostat, or when you rearrange the desks in your classroom to ensure that each student has ready access to all of the learning tools they will need.
Just be sure to take a moment to explain the importance of your actions to the students. Their levels of interest and appreciation may surprise you.
Remember, you don't have to be a physical education teacher to demonstrate how to make your learning environment match the physical needs of your students.
Kinesiology, or the study of biomechanical and physiological mechanisms of movement, is addressed in many science and physical education courses.
Upper-level high school courses cover topics such as biomechanics, orthopedics, and electrophysiology.
Although studying these fields may not be every student's idea of fun, the entire football team will undoubtedly have an appreciation for the importance of strength training, as well as the ability for one's body to do what the brain is asking of it.
In our book, See, It's Happening, we recount many innovative strategies that demonstrate teachers successfully infusing ergonomic concepts into their instruction.
Natalie, a physical education teacher, improved her module on body conditioning and strength training by finding interesting ways to connect human movements to the study of a person's efficiency and effectiveness in the work environment.
Her students obviously enjoyed the traditional curriculum, but expressed heightened interest when Natalie addressed sports injury management and rehabilitation.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, lifting injuries, and career opportunities in physical therapy were just a few of the topics that were brought up and discussed.
Regardless of what any of us do for a living, we know that physical fitness is an important component of a healthy lifestyle.
In a later unit, we will detail the work that the United Nations is doing in regard to sustainability and their 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
Sustainable Development Goal number 3 aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for everyone.
This is worth noting because the United Nations recognizes the importance of each and every individual's health and well-being.
These world leaders are seeing the person through the crowd. They understand that a sustainable future, including a healthy planet and a thriving human civilization, depends on the success of every person.
Our individual limits are determined by how well we interact with our environment. Our ability to reach our full potential as a species, therefore, ultimately depends on all of us fitting in. Here is your question for Unit 22.
Our individual limits are determined by how well we interact with our environment. Therefore,
Choice A. The responsibility of achieving a sustainable society falls solely on our physical education instructors.
Choice B. Kinesiology must be addressed in every science and physical education course.
Choice C. Physical ability does not have a significant impact on our lives.
Or Choice D. The ability to reach our full potential as a species ultimately depends on the physical and mental fitness of each human being.
The answer and explanation are provided at the beginning of Unit 23.